Well, welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and we're going to bring you a lot of stuff from the Northeast Motorsports Expo. And Amy, it's going to be your second year involved, and I'm pretty excited about what's taking place up here. And first and foremost, there's a lot of nice-looking race cars.
Yeah, there's a ton of cars here to see this year. Anything from like go-karts to, as you see behind us, super late models, anything in between. It's really cool seeing what different drivers come out, seeing some new drivers come out with their brand new race cars, and huge mix of cars. I'm really proud of the turnout this year.
No, and it's huge, and a lot of buzz in the air for the 2019 season. A lot of tracks and tours represented, and we've been walking around throughout the weekend talking to people, and it's huge, and it's got me geared up already thinking about Portland, because a lot of these same people will be there. You'll see some new machines there, and just really excited about 2019 race season.
Yeah, we've said it time and time again. Like, this is a thing that kind of kicks off the season for everyone. Portland comes fast, and then once Portland's over, we only got a few weeks until race season. Like we said, like, huge turnout this weekend. Looking for even more in Portland, you know, kind of home base for a lot of different tracks. That's going to be fun too. And you know, it's been a good race weekend, and with the Dream Ride going on, raising so much money for a great cause. It's been a wonderful weekend all around.
No, absolutely. So you're going to enjoy this week's episode. Amy's going on the prowl. She's going to be doing a ton of interviews, hear from some tracks, some drivers, talking about the show and the season. So enjoy this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott Recreation. We just had the biggest month in our history. Why? We're selling campers at wholesale to the public, even the 2019s. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bunch more. Up to 40% off travel trailers and fifth wheels, up to 35% off toy haulers, up to 30% off motorhomes. You'll never see these prices again. Over 400 campers to choose from, all at wholesale prices.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Corp. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at wiscassetspeedway.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're here live at the Northeast Motorsports Expo in Augusta. And my first guest for this weekend is Bob Guptill from the Northeast Mini Stock Tour. Also, as you see around us, Turn 4 Automotive. So if you want to tell us a little bit about what you are doing this weekend, representing both Turn 4 and the Northeast Mini Stock Tour as well.
Yeah, of course we're always here for racing. Turn 4 Northeast Mini Stock Tour, Street Stock Showdown Series. 3 races, possibly 4 for the street stocks here in 2019. We got 9 races plus Richmond for a non-point show for the mini stock series. So we're kicking off Richmond March 30th. We're going to run another NASCAR track, Loudon, June 22nd, 23rd. We moved our nationals this year from Claremont to White Mountain Motorsports Park, so a nice high bank, quarter mile. We got our 100th race coming up this year, so May 18th, 100th race, A.J. Roberti Memorial. A.J. Roberti was a huge fan of ours and racing in general, and his parents both work at the racetrack, so we like to give out a whole bunch of bikes and stuff like that for the kids, so it'll be great. You know, this year we did it, I think, in September, which was at the end of summer for the kids, so this year, May 18th, bring a bike giveaway. We'll get some advertisement. We're going to do a big show for 100th race of Northeast Mini Stock Tour. And yeah, we're standing in the Turn 4 booth here selling safety stuff, helmets, suits, head and neck restraints, custom wheels, anything you need for performance parts or anything like that. Turn 4 Automotive, Route 100 in Gray, Maine. So.
And like you said, a lot of exciting things happening this weekend. I know you were talking about before this interview, you just finalized the schedule. Some awesome tracks working with you again this season. And then one thing that was surprising to you guys today, too, is that your champion won Touring Driver of the Year. So how is that to see your division represented like that?
It's great. You know, Connor won Best Appearance Super Street, Street Stock. That's awesome to have such great-looking cars here. Cody to be such represented so well by champions, you know, past and present and future and all this. We love the teams that race with us. It's such a family in racing. You know, I know we all say that where we all have our family in racing, but it's so true with, I think, the touring series, as we all get so close together and put these races together, and it's really cool to see it not just appreciated but honored.
And then, like you said, Richmond coming up soon, like at the very beginning of the season. So how does that feel to have like your division represented down south? It's such a nostalgic track. And then to see your drivers, you know, a lot of drivers making a trip down there. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, we weren't originally on the schedule for Richmond. We've had some big races down south. We had a South Tour for a year and a half. So we have a lot of respect with the Southern guys. We've done a lot of racing with them. They understand our cars. They understand us. A lot of our guys went down. They had a Four-Cylinder Nationals this year at Carteret Speedway. I think a dozen of our cars went down. Put on a real good showing, represented New England very well. We've got 25 cars already registered for this March 30th race, so I mean, it's going to be a great show. I think out of the 25, 9 states are already represented, all the way from Ohio and Pennsylvania to Maine to South Carolina. So it's going to be a heck of a show, 30 laps. Around the 3/4 mile, I think Richmond is, a high bank tri-oval. So our guys are loving it, and they can't wait to see the speeds that Richmond's going to pull out. We actually think it's going to be quicker time-wise and speed-wise than Loudon is. So just because of the big, huge, long straightaway, we think the cars are going to put up a lot more speed than they do at Loudon.
Definitely fast cars, and your division's really cool because your touring series, because it's one of the ones where car counts have been such a good talk with like different tracks, different divisions, and you guys never fail to bring a huge crowd of cars as well. So it's like an easier division as well, like cost-wise. So I feel like it's really cool to see those big fields of cars as well.
Yeah, you know, we like giving back to the drivers and teams and putting on shows that we can, and the guys are so great with each other. They take care of equipment, they watch out for what they're doing, and it's really just a good group of guys that make sure everyone makes it to the track every time they're there. You know, they'll stop working on their own car to help someone else, and it's an awesome group of guys, and we're starting to see that with the street stock crews and stuff. The more and more races we do, and it's great to be able to put them on the stages like Richmond and Loudon, give them these huge payout events. So it's awesome to really be part of all that stuff. Even we're back at the Oxford 250 again this year. Another, you know, it's the crown jewel of Maine. So to be part of those events is substantial for our series.
Definitely an exciting season coming up with the Northeast Mini Stock Tour, and we are looking forward to seeing how the season plays out.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're over here on the back wall with Speedway 95. I'm here with James Goodman. James, you run the four-cylinder class over there. Let's talk about your season last year.
Yeah, last year was our first full season of mini stock in a couple of years, and we got a car from a family friend of ours, and we struggled for the first half of the year trying to get it to run. Then we finally got our first couple mini stock wins, and this year we're just trying to get a little bit better than we were last year.
Yeah, it really boils down to homework. You can't show up with a car and win every week, can you?
No, you can't. We're trying to compete with people like Zach Audette every week. It's difficult, so we go home every week, work on it every night, try to get better and better every week. So.
No, definitely. Now, what's 2019 looking like for you?
Well, we definitely want to run more with the Tour, and we're going for series points at Bangor. We'd like to hit Richmond if we can, but the look of the schedule is where the car stands right now is not going to be good, but we'd like to try.
Definitely. Well, I'm also over here with Sean Ryder. Sean, we're talking about the 2019 season, and your 2019 season is starting real soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it actually starts the 26th and 27th of this month. The track opens up for the East Coast Snowcross. They come in and do a 2-day event, and that goes during the day. last year they had a great turnout with, I believe, 40 different sleds competing. So
why not use a venue that you can't use during the winter and find something to use it for? That's great. They bring in the big plows and they make jumps and stuff like that?
yeah, they're actually hauling in as much snow as they can right now because unfortunately we don't have nowhere near as much as we did last year. They take the whole infield and convert it into a great big obstacle course.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Make sure you guys are checking that out. What else is coming up for this year?
Well, we have a lot of events planned. We have a lot of the visiting divisions coming back again this year. Monster Truck Tour is coming back again. And the October weekend's still a go. We've made some changes to the schedule for that compared to last year, but we're hoping for another good weekend.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of seeing these monster trucks showing up at the speedways now. Lots of room for those guys to really open them up. When I was a kid, I went to this Portland Civic Center and watched them, and they could barely idle around there. So giving them the big venue like you guys offer, it's a great show.
Yes, the last few years it's been a very exciting show.
Now, if anybody wants to look at your schedule, maybe print off a schedule, obviously you're handing them out here. Can they go on Facebook and find that information?
They can get it on our Facebook page or on our website, speedway95racing.com.
All right, thank you guys very much.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
All right, guys, welcome to the 31st Annual Northeast Motorsports Expo. I'm over here on the front wall and with Winterport Dragway in front of the best appearing drag car here today, this weekend. And we're talking about 2018 season and how great it was for you guys.
Yeah, we had a great season down at Winterport Dragway. A good car count. Our track service was improved. A lot of improvements going on at the season last year at our season, and the car counts are great. There were a lot of new people that were able to show up at our track, and a lot of people like really raving about the track surface, the ET a mile an hour they were able to put down at our track, and everything. They were just happy with not only just the track surface and everything, but they were also happy with the camaraderie and the other racers. You know, there was guys that come in that something happened to their car. You know, the guys would come over, never even met them before, and they come over and talk and be like, "Hey, what do you need? You know, what can we do to help you, to keep you going and everything?" And it's just what we do. It's a big family up there. That's what we do up there, and it doesn't matter if you race there for 10 minutes or 10 years. That's what we do.
Yeah, I got to say, I've talked to a lot of people who've made one trip up and then they never stop going. They absolutely love it up there. Like you said, everyone's very helpful. I got to hang out with you guys last year. We had a blast.
Yeah.
And my first time up there, I got to walk around and you feel like your family the day you get there. So a lot of people, once you spent one night there, one day, you're going to keep coming back and back.
Yeah.
So let's talk about 2019. I got your schedule. It's thick this year.
Yeah, we got our schedule stacked, just like we do. We got our regular Sunday events, and then we got our Saturday special events. We got our Robin Reynolds Memorial Street Nights. We got the Diesel Days that we normally do, the Richard Tater Gray Memorial Diesel Days coming on again this year. We also have the Gasser Guys Nostalgia Reunion. That Nostalgia Reunion packs the house. Every time those guys go down that track, you look down to the car count, you look down to the spectator count when those guys show up at that track, and that place packs it. You know, the guy, and it's not just racers from Maine. We got racers coming up from Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, all over New England to come up and race with the Nostalgia Guys. They come up on a Friday night. You know, they get together. All those guys, they put it. They come up. Some of them even come up on Thursday nights. They set up their motorhomes and everything. They got their little, you know, they got their little groups that they do, and we all just kind of hang out together. We do our thing, and then Saturday morning we go live with all Nostalgia Reunion, and it's a great thing. You know, it's index racing. It's instant green index racing. Basically, if you come up, you run a car that's running the same number as you. You know, it's not bracket racing like on Sunday. We got our regular bracket program that we have. On Saturday when we do the Gasser Guy Nostalgia Reunion, it's straight up, heads up, and index racing, run it right out the back door.
Now, people who don't know what a gasser is, and you and I know about it, it was when drag racing hit its heyday in my book.
Yep.
People started making crazy alterations, moving wheelbases, putting the engine up in front, sitting directly on the rear axle.
Yep.
I mean, that was like Iron Man drag racing, because you had to be crazy to sit your butt right on the differential cover and pound 600-700 horse through it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you look through the caliber of cars that we have on display this weekend, I mean, the first two cars explained. I mean, if you go right down through, it's like almost like going right down through the years of drag racing. I mean, it starts right off with Eddie Girardi's front engine dragster down there. I mean, just like you said, he's sitting legs up over the rear end. You know, the engine's right in front of him. You know, and then you come right down to Kirby Bradford's Gasser, straight axle car, small block Ford Falcon. You know, straight axle gasser car, rate period correct for what it was. And then you move back up into the years, and then you come into the sleds, the junior dragsters. Then you got Brittany Marston's car here. It's got delay box in it, running Super Pro class. And then you got Andy's altered, you know, big block altered, Fiat Topolino bodied altered. You know, I mean, all this stuff is just what we do, and everything is just great stuff.
Well, I'm sure we've interested a lot of people in what's going on at Winterport, but how do we get more information from you?
As far as
like Facebook schedule?
Yeah, we have a Winterport Dragway Facebook page. We have plenty of schedules on this, that are free for the taking. You can go to the Winterport Dragway Facebook page. There's always new updates being posted there day to day from racers, spectators, owners and everything, track owners and everything. And as far as our 2019 season, that is going to be our 52nd year. We are 52 years running at that track. And it'll be our 52nd year. We're going to put it together just like we do every year, and we're just going to have a great time. And everybody's welcome to show up. We saw a little bit of a taste of 2019 at the last year, towards the end of last year. I mean, our car counts were solid every single day, every single weekend, but towards the end of it, you could see the car volume starting to get up a little bit more and a little bit more, and we were seeing more people show up, and a lot of people liking the track surface, liking the classes, because we in 2018 we also changed it up a little bit in the classes too. They brought on a foot brake class, which is basically no electronics. It was a straight up foot brake class. A lot of the guys like that. They ran in that class, and they had the pro class with no delay boxes, but you can run a trans brake. And then they also had a true street class that was available for anybody that wanted to run true street. And we're going to keep going with those classes this year as well. And who knows? The sky's the limit.
Well, guys, like I said, make one trip to Winterport, and you'll be there for life. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're over here on the other side wall. I'm over here with Wayne Elson in the speed shop. Wayne, we love seeing the bus roll in at the racetracks because we know we got coverage if we break something. But we're here at the 31st annual Northeast Motorsports Expo. And how many years have you been here?
Well, I think it's 31, I believe. It's close to that anyway.
Almost every year. It's amazing. We really appreciate you coming here every year. I know a lot of guys are looking to pick up that small stuff or even the big stuff. They can get in touch with you and talk to you about stuff. Parts they need. You got gas pedals, you got rivets, box of rivets. I always leave with a box of rivets.
Yeah, we have all the stuff that we have on our truck and in the shop during the year. We've got something new this year, though. We're a karting dealer. We sell karting parts. I work on chassis. Speedway karting out of Speedway 95. I'm helping them do the show there also. And so that's exciting.
So as far as karting stuff, we're talking full carts, we're talking rims, tires. I see you got some Vega yellows over there.
Everything. Anything that's on the cart, we have. Bodies, everything.
Now, karting's new to you guys, but let's talk about what you usually have. I see a whole bunch of die-cast stuff going on over here. You love this stuff.
Well, yeah, the die-cast is slowing down a little bit because there's no more Earnhardts. But hopefully Chase Elliott will pick it up a little bit. But, yeah, we have some new things each year. The rivets are selling good this year, and a little bit of everything.
So I overheard you talking a little bit earlier today about how you're going to keep coming to the tracks until the bus stops running.
Yeah, I keep saying this, and I know somebody's going to say something, but I'm shooting for 3 more years, and then I think that's it. I think we're going to call it quits then, but we'll see.
Yeah, I heard a lot of drivers say this is their last year driving too, Wayne. I appreciate what you're telling us. But so obviously we see you at the tracks, but right now we're building our cars. We're getting them ready for the 2019 season. How do we get a hold of you if we need something?
Well, just check on the Mainely Motorsports show. We buy ads on the show, and I want to thank Steve Perry once again for letting me come and everybody else. And before we go, I want to let everybody know up above our head here that I won the chassis for my 34th championship car, William McCullough, street stock at Speedway 95. So pretty proud of him.
That's awesome. You love having your name on something when somebody else takes your equipment and does well with it.
That's right. That's better than driving it yourself, you know.
Well, we'll hope to see you at the 32nd Annual Northeast Motorsports Expo for your 32nd year here.
We probably will. Probably will.
All right. Thanks, Wayne.
Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling, to Mainely Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Biddeford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We just had the biggest month in our history. Why? We're selling campers at wholesale to the public, even the 2019s. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bunch more. Up to 40% off travel trailers and fifth wheels, up to 35% off toy haulers, up to 30% off motorhomes. You'll never see these prices again. Over 400 campers to choose from, all at wholesale prices.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're back at the Northeast Motorsports Expo here with Rick Shepard representing the Bullring Bash here. A very exciting event that's going to be happening, well, events I should say, over the course of the summer. So can you tell us a bit more about that, where you're running, and the format of the races in general as well?
Okay, it's going to be pretty cool. It's 2 different classes on opposite ends of the spectrum in reality. The tour type modifieds and the Legends cars. We're going as a package deal to 2 really cool tracks here in the Northeast. We're doing 2 races right now at White Mountain, and we're doing a race at Thunder Road. And the dates, you can get all the information off on our website or off on our Facebook page. The tour mods are going to be run in segments with 50, 50, and 25, and the mods the legends are running 35-lap features, and we're looking, because we're not a traditional tour that we're just putting on the events at these facilities, that we're not doing points, and there's no points fund at the end of the year, so the payouts are more during the season for the drivers when they need the money. And when people see the amounts of the payouts, they're going to be blown away that a Legends race for a 35 lap is paying $1,500 to win. That's pretty impressive. There are short tracks that don't pay that to their top class. So we're excited about it. We're looking forward to starting this year with these 3 events, looking to add on in the future with the potential even going south for a couple events. So there are a lot of cool things in the works for the crew that Josh has assembled this year.
It's definitely exciting. Like, I was looking into it this morning too, and that's the first thing I thought when I saw the payouts is like, that's incredible for just 3 events. And I feel like not only will that drive more car counts and like more drivers to be interested in racing, but that'll also bring their teams, their respective families. So I feel like, and you're going to Thunder Road and White Mountain, which especially Thunder Road to me is like one of the most nostalgic racetracks out there. So like, with that being said, like what do you think is like your favorite parts about each of them, White Mountain and Thunder Road, and why did you choose these 2 tracks for this program?
For exactly what you said, the nostalgia, the coolness of the tracks. When you go to White Mountain, you're sitting there and the racing is fantastic, but just looking around at the scenery, you're in the middle of the White Mountains, and depending on the time of year you're there, you see the foliage, we've been there racing in the past, and it's been snowing there, so it's just cool. And the other thing that's going to be neat is getting the modifieds onto these short tracks, the bull rings, going back to where racing started, on the quarter-mile tracks. And guys with the big built motors aren't going to fare quite as well as the guys with the less motor with the better handling. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys are going to adjust from maybe running at the larger tracks like at Thompson that they run at and the like. So it's going to be fun to see how the drivers compete, how the cars adapt to things, and bringing the spectators in. We're looking to have a fun season.
I feel like it is going to be a fun season. And from a driver's perspective too, I feel like it's like a less pressure situation where it's like you just go out there to like win some money, and there's no points on the line. You're not like worried about a championship at the end of the season. You're just worried about like going out there, doing your best, and coming out first.
Exactly. It's a one event at a time for 3 events. You go and you qualify, and if you don't qualify, you go into the last chance race and get in that way, hopefully, and then you run the feature, and and it's on segment, which is a little bit non-traditional, but it's pretty cool. And I think people are going to be impressed when they see the product that we're going to be delivering.
It's definitely exciting, definitely different. And as you said, you guys have a lot of like web presence already. So if somebody wants to learn more about what's happening this summer with you, how can they, keep in touch on social media and other outlets as well?
Bull Ring Bash. Just look it up, and like you said, we are there. We've got a big social media director, and the stuff is going out. You'll see interviews with drivers as they sign up to compete in our events. There's information about what is in the pipeline for us, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Definitely a lot of content out so far, more to come, so we're definitely looking forward to seeing how it fares in 2019 and hopefully for years to come.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are here at the Wiscasset booth with Ken Minett from Wiscasset Speedway, and big season coming up for you guys, 50th season, so big celebrations going on this upcoming in 2019.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it. Wiscasset, actually the last track that was built in the state of Maine, but the baby is now 50 years old, so It's a big year for us. We got a lot of really fun things planned for the year. We'll have our regular standard big races, but we're going to throw in a bunch of 50-lap features throughout the season for everybody. And, of course, our big birthday weekend on July 27th and 28th, the birthday celebration on Saturday night, and then Summerfest will be on Sunday the 28th. So going to make a real big weekend of it. Bring back a lot of former drivers at Wiscasset Speedway. We're going to roll out our inaugural Hall of Fame class for Wiscasset Speedway. We can actually have fans nominate drivers for that right now. If they go on the website, they can find a nomination form, and really going to try to make this a really fun season for us, for the drivers, and for the fans.
And as you said, like 3 big races that's always coming up this season. We've got the Boss Hog 150, we've got the Coastal 200, we've got the shootout, which everyone loves at the end of the season. So one thing that we talked about yesterday is that the purse of these races, or the lap money, it doesn't just go to that person that leads the lap, it goes to all the drivers, which makes it unique as well.
Yeah, it's more of a lap sponsorship instead of lap leader. We try to kind of spread that money throughout, let people, small businesses, fans and such, be lap sponsors. Some of that money goes to the person leading the race, but we try to take at least half of that and add that to the purse and spread it out for all the drivers who participate in it. So Coastal 200 Memorial Day weekend, the Boss Hog 150 will be Labor Day weekend, and of course the Strictly Shootout, the AMSOIL Dominator Strictly Shootout. It'll be the 7th annual race be happening this year. That'll be at the end of September as always, and we can't wait.
Definitely a lot of exciting things that are going to happen in 2019, and you just have a lot of great representation here this weekend. You're almost covering this entire back wall at the Expo, so how proud does that make you of all the drivers, all the teams that have come together to make this happen this weekend?
Really proud. We really didn't have to do a whole lot of work to try to find drivers. They were coming to me and saying, hey, I want to get into this show. We usually, sometime we'll have a couple people drop out at the last minute, but all of our drivers stepped up and had the cars ready. A couple of them were put together pretty much the night before the show opened, but really great participation as always. We're really proud of our drivers.
Definitely great atmosphere, both the drivers, their families, and your fans as well. And Wiscasset is kind of known as being one of those most family-friendly racetracks around. So can you tell us a little bit about more that what makes it that place to be for families?
Well, the admission price, for one thing, $5 admission will continue as always for every event, and that includes the big races, the Coastal 200, Boss Hog 150, the Shootout, the birthday night, fireworks. All of those shows, $5 admission to get in, so gives the people a chance to bring the whole family, make an affordable family night of it. But on top of that, Penny with the Kids Club, the C&D Laundry Kids Club, keeping all the kids active and things that are going on. With our Victory Lane, the kids get to be right there with the drivers when they're celebrating in Victory Lane, high-fiving them. So even what I do with the kids when it's time for the Spotlight feature, take the wireless mic right down there, get 20 kids around me or more, and let them be the ones to say, driver, start your engines. Keep them involved and make it fun so, the parents are happy to bring their kids to the races.
You're definitely keeping at it with the family atmosphere, not only at the track, but here at the Expo as well. So throughout the day, too, continuing, you have a bike giveaway going on, and you're also giving away free passes as well. So if you're interested, come on down to the Wiscasset booth, and we'll get done.
One other thing I wanted to pass along is we've got a really cool thing that we're doing for the Maine Vintage Race Association as part of our Summerfest weekend. We'll be bringing back Summerfest on Sunday, July 28th, and part of that is going to include the barbecue competition, which we started last year. Well, fans can buy a ticket today. It's basically a VIP ticket. It'll get you into Summerfest. It'll get you first plate of barbecue, and you get to be a voting member of a Fan's Choice Award that we're going to be awarding for the barbecue competition as well. We're only selling 100 tickets for that. They're $20 a piece, and all the proceeds from that will go to the Maine Vintage Race Car Association. So I want to thank Derek Mingo for his great idea and coming up with another fundraising activity to raise money for the association. You can get the tickets here at our booth, or you can get them at the Maine Vintage Race Car Association Mobile Museum trailer.
Definitely, it's most of all worlds. If you want to enjoy a great barbecue, but also support Maine racing, it's a great way to do it.
Absolutely.
All right, well, like I said, come on down to Wiscasset booth, down the back wall, and we look forward to seeing how the season fares in 2019.
We're busy, but we'll make room for you.
All right, thank you, Ken.
You bet. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle the factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's coworker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Servicing differentials is virtually impossible. The confined space makes fill holes difficult to reach, and industry-standard conical bottles are rigid and hard to squeeze. That combination makes for a messy job. Plus, you can't get all of the gear lube out of the bottle, so you have to buy more than you need to complete the job. And engineering your own solution only results in disaster. Not anymore. Introducing the new AMSOIL Easy Pack. Easily access hard-to-service differentials. Easily squeeze out all of the contents. And easily stay clean while you do it. No more leftover fluid or inconvenient rigid bottles. No more trouble reaching difficult fill holes. No more mess. AMSOIL Severe Gear in the new Easy Pack. The solution to all your problems.
Another first from AMSOIL. For a stocking dealer nearest you, call toll-free 877-761-8375 or visit fourseasonsynthetic.com.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil Division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
Guys, I'm over here in the Richmond Karting Speedway booth on the back wall, and I'm here with Jen Anderson. Jen, you're kind of the face of Richmond now.
I've always been the face of Richmond.
This is true. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on. I know that you guys have had a great couple seasons, but now you're really kicking it up a little bit with a couple new classes. What can you tell me about that?
Well, one of the classes that we are starting this year is the Predator class. It's really a cheap class for someone that's beginning that doesn't know if it's something that they really want to do, or they simply just can't afford it. It's a Harbor Freight 6.5 horsepower motor that you can go right to Harbor Freight and buy for like $100, especially if you have a coupon, if you watch for the coupons. We've set up the rules for that. The ages on that are from 9 to 15. And we also got some junior animal classes that are coming up. We've got a blue plate, which is 10 to 14, and a purple plate that is ages 7 to 10.
So this Predator motor, I got to tell you, from racing years ago with my kids, it was expensive, but it's a fun hobby to get started in. Now you made it affordable. You can find a chassis, get your kids some seat time, and everybody's running the same motor. You don't have to worry about being outclassed by somebody else's wallet.
Correct, and they will have a governor on them so that they are all equal. We had them come up and try this past year, just come up and run a couple of fun races, and it was fun to watch them, and it shows your driving skills. It's not about the power behind the motor, it's about your driving skills and how you get around the track.
So another big announcement, and we brought Steve Perry over here. Steve, what's going on at Richmond this year?
Well, I've always had a special place in my heart for Richmond, as I spent 4+ years up there racing with Alicia, made a lot of memories, a lot of friends, and but memories more important than anything. And they got back into it this year. Alicia dabbling along with her boyfriend Brandon, and they went up and were having some fun and racing go-karts. And Went to the banquet, and when I tell you the banquet, one of the best banquets anybody puts on is what Willie and Jen do for the competitors at Richmond Karting Speedway. But as I was sitting there and reminiscing up front with Roger Collins, who was the track operator for many years, and talking about some of the history and some of the memories, we got talking about the Mainely Motorsports 400s that we used to have there, and the kids loved it, the parents loved it, and so I kind of put Willie and Jen on the spot and said I was willing to bring that race back if they were willing to work with me on it and do it. And both of them gave me, she was nodding her head and he was thumbs up in it. And anybody that's raced karts over the year, and we got the likes of Reed Lanfer here, Brandon Barker here, Joey Dwyron, those guys have run that race, DJ Shaw, they know what it means of that race. That's a big time event for kart racing. And so we're bringing it back this year to Richmond. The big hardware, the big money, the contingency stuff. And so August 10th and 11th, the Mainely Motorsports TV 400 going back to Richmond, and really excited for this next generation to get the opportunity to be the stars for the day.
And when you guys say big hardware, you mean big hardware. It's almost taller, or most of the time taller than the kids racing.
Well, you got a championship trophy right down here next to Willie. It's foot taller than Willie, and that's what they all are racing for on that day. Top 5 trophies, and really excited about it. And the kids, and we do everything right down to the driver introductions, kids out of the karts on the front stretch, waving to their family. Just make it a big deal for the karters.
All right, well, Jen, he's just set the bar real high for all the other tracks around town, but how do we get more information about Richmond Karting Speedway?
You can add us on Facebook at Richmond Karting Speedway, or you can email us at richmondkartingspeedway.net, or there's a tab you can press there, or it's richmondkartingspeedway@gmail.com.
All right, guys. Now, again, this is big. This is the future of our motorsports. At all the big tracks, it starts at the small tracks for the kids. So make sure you go help. You show up, you pay your bills, and you come out and race.
Absolutely.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're here at the Northeast Motorsports Expo with Joe Bassett from Lee USA Speedway, which we love attending their races over in New Hampshire, and a lot of exciting stuff coming up this season. Of course, you have your weekly NASCAR night divisions, and then you have Granite State Pro Stock Series visiting, ISMA's coming this season, monster trucks. You have a ton of stuff loaded on your schedule for 2019 already.
Yep, along with NEMA coming back this year, and we'll have the Valente Modified Tour coming also. There's a lot going on at Lee this year. We brought the Late Model Sportsman as our premier division again for the second year in a row. Our street stocks have actually bumped up to Division 2, and we're excited. We got a lot going on.
One thing cool about the street stocks too is that a lot of the tracks in New Hampshire are kind of banding together to make an overall rules package that'll work for all of these tracks, which is really cool to see.
Right now with the New Hampshire Short Track Racing Association, all the 5 tracks, Lee, Star, Claremont, Monadnock, and Hudson all do have the same rules, from pure stocks all the way up to the late model sportsman. So you basically can go from any track you want and run your rules package, and you're legal.
And one thing we talked about last year when we were here is that new, changes coming to the track. You had new ownership last year. A lot of changes were made to the track as well. A lot of things for the better. You got rid of the bridge that was there for the longest time.
Yeah.
A lot of improvements to the track. So how do you feel about those in last year and where the track is headed in the future as well?
I'm very excited. I never in my wildest dreams, I came to Augusta last year and I still worked for Ed and Judy McDonald, and then right after the Portland show, the Wrens came on board, and all the changes they made last year floored me, and everything that we have going on this year, we have more improvements coming to the pits. It's just, and there's going to be some more building changes and whatnot. We just have so much going on. It's just so exciting because it's like every week there's something new.
How do you feel about seeing drivers like Albie Ovid that race at your track every week, receiving the prestigious award that he got here last night for just dominating? And how does it feel to have drivers like that compete at your racetrack and just have so many competitors as well from all different divisions? Louis, who's over here ran the Camry, comes and races too. So how does it feel to see those drivers just come and enjoy your track and just go out there and compete?
It's great to see actually the drivers over the years that have competed at Lee and then either move on or whatever. Albie did have a dream season last year. Same with Dave Helliwell. 8 wins between the two tracks isn't anything to shake a stick at a super either. But Derek Griffin got his first Pro Stock win at Lee. A lot of these guys that, over the years have, come to Lee and moved on, or you just moved up the divisions. And to be honest with you, I'm really excited to have Lou at Lee this year.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up, different drivers, coming to the track. And what's one race, if you could pinpoint one coming up in this 2019 season where you're we're just really excited to, see that come to our racetrack this year?
Well, I'm always excited for ISMA. I just love the big block supers. But opening the season this year with what we're calling May Madness, with the Valente Modified Tour, the Granite State Pro Stock Tour, the Steel Body Tour, NEMA Lights, Pro 4s, the Pro 4 Modifieds, I should say. There's just going to be a lot of racing in that 2 days. It's going to be just so much fun.
Yeah, a lot of great changes have happened to Lee in the past year. Will continue to happen in the future, and we're looking forward to seeing where things go in 2019.
I am too. I'm excited. Every week there's something new.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Motorsports Expo in Augusta. We're here with Bobby Weber Jr. You've had a lot of mods on display, super mods. Can you talk to us a little bit about what's on display here this weekend? What drivers are here representing your track?
Yeah, this weekend we brought Brenna Humphrey and Annette Humphrey's new 350 Supers, plus Howie Lane sent his ISMA a big block up to put on display. But the focus this year is it's going to be a really huge year for the 350 Supers.
Yeah. And that's one thing that is always exciting about STAR, such a small track, seeing those cars zip around the track. A lot of exciting stuff coming up this season 2, end of the season. We've got Northeast Nationals coming up. We've got the Howler coming up again, and then you talk some changes coming to Howler weekend at the end of the season this season as well.
Yeah, a lot of the people, they didn't like going to 2 days for the Howler. People wanted it back to just the traditional enduro racing of the Howler, big fields, everything. So we're going back to this year. It's just going to be a 2-day event, and as many cars show up, we'll let them race. It used to be a 200-car limit, and people that didn't like that, so we'll go back to what they want.
Yeah, and another division that's up and coming at your track too is the Star Troopers. Have a lot of kids that are involved in that division, and it's grown in recent years as well, seeing more kids becoming involved in the program. It's really cool to see these kids be able to grow from Star Troopers into bigger divisions as well. They could see them in one of these modifieds one day.
Yeah, it's the Avery family, Jay and Amanda. That's really their baby. I give them the space for them to develop this class, and it went from, I think the first race we had maybe 7 cars, and I think they have over 30 now for this year. And we're going to actually split them up into 2 divisions, and the kids that have been doing it for a couple of years now, and then the kids that are just coming into it.
Yeah, and you're one of those tracks too where you just see so many different divisions, so many different drivers. So what's one of your personal favorite divisions if you had one to watch at your track every race weekend?
I own 350 Supers, so probably that, but ACT is I own those too. Anything that I own is probably my favorite. So and so it'll be good.
And is there anything coming up like this season too, like on your schedule that you're just like really excited about, really excited for the fans to, get to see the season?
I think it'll be the 350 Supers. I mean, because right now there's over 40 cars registered for that division, and even obviously everybody's not going to show up. But if you can get 75% of them to show up on one night, that's still over 30 cars, and they have 15 races on their schedule. Plus, I'm doing a Triple Crown series for them that's going to race at Lee and Hudson. So the division is going to travel around a little this year.
That's huge too. We're just at the beginning of January, and as you said, so many cars already, thinking about racing that race, so it'll be really exciting to see. Just like I said, really exciting things coming up for Star this season, and good luck to you this season.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back to Mainely Motorsports, and we're sitting here in the Waddell Communications Command Center, and when we talk about Command Center, this is where it happens. This is where it all happens for all the radios and all everything that goes on at the tracks, the communications between the drivers, their crew chiefs, their spotters, the tracks with their officials. And we're here with Sean Waddell, #1 RE salesman in the country, 2 years running. And Sean, once again, I appreciate you coming up here to Augusta, Maine, being a part of our Northeast Motorsports Expo.
Thanks a lot, Steve. I appreciate coming up here and seeing all the people. After it's like the 8th year I come up. You had it for 10. I've been coming for 8. And now it's like every year you look forward, people call you before you come out, you're coming to the show, and they look forward to seeing you. We did a spotter seminar yesterday at 7 o'clock. Had Scott Tapley involved with that. It came out pretty good. My initial guests were ridden by the flu. I guess it's the flu season this time of year up here. But yeah, the show went really well. I think it was well attended this year. We had great weather. A lot of people came out. I thought it was really well attended. I went through a lot of people's stuff, and we're still going. We got a half hour left here.
No, absolutely, and like you said, you now have become a staple of this event. People know they're going to walk through the door. They're going to find the Waddell banners, the Waddell flag, the Waddell trailer, and it's been a work in progress. And like you said, you've gained their confidence. They know you have whatever they need. When they show up at this show and they have questions, whether they're a spotter, a driver, they need helmet work, they need air molds, they need a scanner, you have what they need.
Yeah, I probably did about 7 or 8 legitimately on people that didn't buy their helmets here, which that's fine. But I sold probably 4 or 5 helmets that I wired up. But I tell the guys, bring your helmet. If there's a problem with it, we'll go check it out. And maybe you don't need a helmet. Maybe it's the car harness. So they bring me their equipment. I have the test center behind Louis over here, behind the camera. And we go through the stuff, and then I figure out what they need, and we sell them what they need, and it makes it better for the racer. So they don't have to buy stuff they don't need. They buy what they need to get going, so they have a little bit of a budget in place before they hit the racetrack.
No, absolutely. And Sean's been coming to the Northeast Motorsports Expo. This will be his 2nd year in a row going to Race and Preview February 22nd and 23rd. So you can reach out to him on Facebook, bring your stuff, ask him questions, be prepared.
If you need anything and you think you're thinking of something, just either message me on Facebook or call my phone. I'm on, my website's online. You can get a hold of me. There's no stupid question. I want to help you. I want to make if you have equipment, it doesn't matter if you didn't buy it from me or Race Electronics. It doesn't mean it's not any good. It just has to work. It all has to be synced up. It's just like your race car. If your shocks aren't any good, you got the best motor, the best trainer, the best crew chief. Everything's got to be in sync to work. So the most important thing is letting me see all your stuff so we can try to get it to work, and then we can work off of that.
Like I said, #1 dealer in the entire country. We're not talking New England. We're talking the entire company. Sean Waddell, Waddell Communications, uses the racing electronics product. Great support system, great support staff out of North Carolina, and we appreciate everything Sean does for the sport. Also a big supporter of our Dream Ride program that we got going on, the television show Mainly Motorsports. Just all-around good guy to be involved with, and I encourage you to go to him with all your radio needs, scanner needs, all of that stuff, because he's going to take care of you.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil, and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil division at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Well, as we wrap up this week's edition from Mainely Motorsports, from the Northeast Motorsports Expo, right over our shoulder was this weekend's big deal. That was the Super Late Model build, spearheaded by Jake Dorr. A lot of other teams, Reed Lanford Racing, Zach Audat Racing, Team Mainly Motorsports, Gabe Brown, Brandon By. A lot of people pitched in, but more importantly, the Special Olympic athletes pitched in to put this car together, and it's going to roll out of here at the end of the day. It showed up Friday as a bare chassis, rolling out of here at the end of the day. So that's been a huge hit.
It has been a huge hit, and you know, we went with something different this year with that opposed to the Pit Crew Challenge, and we had a huge crowd all weekend. Special Olympians, it was so cool of all ages seeing them come and just help on the cars. Made their entire weekends, their entire years for some of them, and Jake enjoyed working with them, so did all the teams, which was really cool to see. It's kind of crazy that we came in, it was just an orange chassis on Friday, and just slowly watched it progress, and they were getting it done really fast, so it's cool now to see that they fired it up last night, and they're going to drive it out of here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And everybody, if you're not sure what this is, it's called Dream Ride Racing. We have 5 Super Late Model races, 4 modified races. All the sponsorship money, where this is self-funded, so all the sponsorship money that we gain through this and earn through this all go to the Hometown Foundation and the Special Olympics of Maine. Our goal is $70,000. We are almost at $20,000 just this weekend, so really excited about it. Always all kinds of opportunities. This will be a big display in Portland. We're willing to talk to you. Any questions, you can reach out to us through Facebook, email, text message, all of that, and really excited about it. Hope everybody enjoyed this week's episode. Hope what you heard, hope what you saw, and we're excited. Portland's just around the corner, February 22nd and 23rd, racing preview at the Portland Expo. And what do you think? 2 years in a row, Amy, you've been at it. What do you think?
I love it. It just keeps getting better and better. Like I said, I just love every year you get to learn about more people, about more tracks, and it's just going to continue to learn and dive right into this racing scene every year. So it's been fun.
All right, thank you, and thank you to everybody that came up and participated as a vendor, exhibitor, and a race fan or a motorsports fan through this, that walked through this display and watched through the show and saw a lot of cool things. So until next time, we'll see you back here on Mainly Motorsports.